The concept behind Weird Dreams takes gaming away from COD sci-fi and sub-Tolkien fantasy and steers it back to the human imagination. In this case, it is a journey into the subconscious mind. As we all know, dreams being what they are, the contents of them can jump from topic to topic or scene to scene in an instant, which is as good an excuse for sticking all these quite different games together as any. Life in the dreamscape of Serrano, Hutchby and King, the co-designers, begins on the operating table, and it frequently ends there, before you, the patient, tumble into the first dream. A candy floss machine. Beware the giant floss stick which penetrates the sanctity of the tooth decay special. The candy whirls around and around, with the stick harvesting it relentlessly. The object here is to collect pieces of candy by standing up and letting them stick to you, and then jumping on the stick the next time it comes round. Needless to say, this isn't easy, as it's necessary to spend most of the time crouched down to avoid being brained. As in all the worst dreams, your character stands up with all the speed of a sloth covered in treacle. Once out of the candy floss machine, you find yourself at a fun fair, one that is populated by a very large wasp. This is where the candy stuck to your checkered pyjamas comes in handy. Escaping from there to the Hall of Mirrors is easy, but now you have 3 choices of dreams to pursue in your bid to finish the game and wake up. There are actually 5 mirrors, but 2 of them are boarded up until you complete the other 3, so the choice is left, right or straight ahead. Going straight on leads to another encounter with the candy floss machine, while the other 2 choices lead to experiences in a desert and an English country garden, along with the music for it. The desert is the strangest one. Overhead flies a flock of fish, one of which you must leap up and grab. Off you then go, and watch out for the amazing scrolling. In my dreams, games always have ultra-fast, super smooth parallax scrolling with planes of different resolutions gliding by. Unfortunately, those sort of games tend to only exist in my dreams. This game has amazing pause or flip scrolling. Reach the end of the screen and there's a pause for you to recover your breath, and then the next screen is scrolled totally in. Very impressive, I'm sure. Anyway, you're plodding through this desert in your pyjamas, waving a fish around, when up pops the most ugly thing you've ever seen, unless you've been to my hometown. It's all springy legs, neck and head. Whatever you think it is, whack it one with your fish before it springs at you. Of course, there are lots of these things awaiting, but that's Dreamland for you. The garden scene has you picking up a stick and attempting to force your way past a bed of vicious roses, which isn't too hard providing you stick at long range and thrust at them. Weird Dreams may be a good deal more subtle than the Nightmare on Elm Street series of splatterfests, but there is quite a nasty surprise waiting if you take too long getting past the roses. Up from behind comes a very large lawnmower. Past the roses, and there's a sweet little girl waiting who wants to play ball. Unfortunately, she also has a large knife. Get too close to the little urchin and... Weird Dreams is definitely very different, but somehow its originators does not carry it through fully. For all the excellent graphics, the bizarre creatures and the superb effects, the sub-games offer little more than minor beat-em-ups and one-dimensional puzzles. That is not to say that it's an easy game, because nothing could be further from the truth. Weird Dreams is hard, but it's hard for all the wrong reasons. The idea was to give the effect that nightmares have when things often move slowly or your feet won't carry you away from the danger quickly enough. As part of the gameplay though, it makes it hard to time your movements. Frustration too readily sinks in. Despite its obvious difference to most games, I would like to have seen programmer James Hutchby and artist Herman Serrano go further. The dreams are not unpleasant enough. If Dali was an influence as they suggest, they have sanitised him by removing the sex, the disease and the decay. It simply is not disturbing enough. I don't want to sound as if I hate Weird Dreams, because I don't. Graphically, it is one of the prettiest games around too. I mean, what other game can boast giant wasps, floating fish, or a carnivorous football? Some of the very attractive, surrealist graphics are also pretty gruesome, especially when you get shredded by a runaway lawnmower. The gameplay, although innovative, doesn't really live up to the great presentation. But if you're looking for something a bit different, Weird Dreams is it. Thanks for watching, guys. Do you remember this game, or are you seeing it for the first time? Let me know in the comment section, and if you're enjoying these nostalgic games, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Some of us in the UK may even remember the modified version which served as the visual component to a phone-in quiz on ITV's Motormouth. Wow, now that brings me back a few years. Once again, a massive thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the playlist on the channel to see if there are any other games that you remember, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, bye for now.